You're now listening to Off the Collar, powered by Backswing Golf Events.
What's going on, everyone? It's your host, Nick Johnson.
And Shelby Brockmuller.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Off the Collar. It has been quite the week trying to figure out how to put this together. I have basically gone to every coffee shop in the San Diego area and ended up in a 19-year-old's bedroom in Mission Bay.
Nice.
But it's actually randomly soundproofed and like perfect for a podcast. So we're hanging in there. Shelby, how was your week? You had a couple events this week?
Yeah, so this week has been busy for sure. Lots of travel. Did a whole 24 hours in South Carolina, and then tomorrow we'll be doing a backswing event in Sarasota. So we'll be there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We have you and our next guest can definitely have a competition. I'm curious, like I want to hear the elevator pitches from you and our new guest.
Yeah.
Like if I was to get a backswinger, which one would I go with?
Yeah.
But yeah, it has been I don't know what is in the water this week, but every day just seems like a Monday.
It really
Like
has.
today,
Like bad.
I don't understand it. Like so first off, I get to my parents' house and their Wi-Fi is absolutely garbage. Like I can't watch reels.
Oh,
This sounds
no.
so bad when I said it out loud, but I can't watch reels at their house, let alone like download things for editing. Like it's
Yep.
ridiculous. I uploaded and sorry for anyone that likes those morning scrolls on Wednesday. I was uploading that thing from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Yesterday because I just could not figure out the Wi-Fi situation. It
Yeah.
was brutal. I was with customer service. Like they had told me to connect to my phone's like hotspot,
I feel like
which
that
is
would
such a
not.
cop out.
Yeah, no.
But it worked
Stop.
until I ran out of data. So super awesome.
Yeah.
So I had to race like home and hopefully still be connected. It was such a mess.
Oh, gosh.
And then today I get to where I am right now and my water bottle just started leaking in my backpack with all my electronics. And,
No.
you know, thankfully, this is a lesson for anyone out there doing anything entertainment wise. Have cases for all your stuff.
Yes.
Because it might save you in a jam. I definitely am down one mouse, which sucks.
Oh, no. That's a staple.
It was like a $200 mouse.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I used it. Well, luckily I didn't pay for it, but I used to have like bad, maybe not carpal tunnel, but like signs of it. So
Yeah.
it's one of those rolly.
Oh, you got the fancy
rolly mount.
little. Like you
Yeah,
could be a DJ.
but it works super good for editing, actually.
Interesting.
Which is great. It's now broken.
Yeah.
But the rest of my stuff seems to be working okay. So I think we're good.
There you go. You have everything else. That's the plus.
We have everything else. It's I definitely am on the struggle bus waiting for Friday to get here. It's not that far away. Well, Shelby, should we get our guest on? I'm sure she's waiting to intervene.
Absolutely. I'd love to bring her on.
Who's our guest this week, Shelby?
It is going to be May Brennan.
May Brennan from Salt Lake City.
Yes.
What's going on, May? How are you? Thanks for joining us this week.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm just chilling, hanging out with my dog, actually. She's right here. But...
Awesome. We were talking a little bit earlier. I have extreme puppy fever at the moment. It probably doesn't help that I like follow all these Instagram accounts with like different dogs and, you know, puppy accounts. I definitely spent like half a day just scrolling through Austin Humane Society,
Oh,
and seeing what was out there. Uh,
It's a
we'll
trap.
we'll get it is a trap
Yeah.
for sure. We'll get a dog eventually. I need a yard, or at least somewhere for them to run. They can't just be chilling in my one bedroom apartment in Austin. Uh,
fair.
but a little bit of an idea of our guest this week. So, May, you have a super huge following on Instagram. We'll definitely dive into that a
Yeah,
little bit.
for
You
sure.
are the champion on, I think it was season 2, Holy Moly,
Yep.
right? Holy Moly, for you guys out there, and I actually covered this in uh testing my memory. I want to say it was episode 1 or 2 with Amanda Sensor, who was also on the show,
Yeah.
which I think you guys met through that show, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We met in a tent.
Met in a tent.
Yeah.
Okay, we definitely want to hear that
Yes.
story. But for the listeners out there that don't know what Holy Moly is, it's basically like extreme sports meets putt putt. I think Amanda was saying it's filmed on the same set as Wipeout, which has a lot of the same kind of like tricks and obstacles, and it's just utter chaos. But let's get into that actually a little bit, because I think on some of the stuff that we talked about, or sorry, some of the stuff that I saw, I was actually reached out to by Holy Moly to be on the show, kind of the same way you were, and it seemed super sketchy, like basically just through Instagram in my hidden messages, right? Is that more or less the story?
Yeah, exactly. They reached out to me for season 1, and I said no because I'm like, this is not a real thing. But then after season 2, I was like, okay, it's a thing. So,
Yeah, I honestly I remember being at work, like plugging numbers away and getting that message. I'm like, there's no way this is. I mean, I had nowhere near the following as you, but it was definitely like, if you go to my Instagram, it's not shying away from the golf side of things. Um, but I was definitely like, there's no way they actually want me for the show. And then I think I sent it either to Mackenzie. I think I did send it to Mackenzie because I think she told me she got something similar. But this was like, I don't know, 3 4 months later. It was too late. Who knows? I could have been on the same episode. Maybe you wouldn't have won. I don't know.
There you go.
never
Um,
know.
Give you a run
that
for your money.
that putt you made, that putt you made to win was pretty incredible. I Did you even know it went in though? Off your reaction, it looked like you weren't really. You were going off the crowd more than you actually knew.
Yeah, I just hit and hope. That's been my motto. But
Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't see it from where I was. So they had to yell like through the intercom, like, yo, like you just got a hole in one, like act excited. So, and I think
That's great.
and my first reaction wasn't that exciting. So we had to like do it twice. My reaction of me being excited. They're like, please be
Well,
happier.
it's the beauty of movie magic,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I have to constantly edit Shelby in and out, so I understand the pain. Um,
It's true.
but l- let's go back a little bit though. You had grown up in Japan. Was it Tokyo originally? And you
hmm
lived there for 8 years. What was that upbringing like? And then we'll talk a little bit about how came into the United States.
Yeah. So my dad was in the US Navy, and he was stationed there, and that's how he met my mom. So I'm half Japanese, and I lived there for 8 years. That's when I started golfing, actually. And it was good. I lived like off base, but also on the military base for half the time. So yeah. And then when I moved to America, like I had a very thick accent as well, and had to really, I listened to Hillary Duff, and she's the one that kind of helped me with
Interesting.
my accent.
I love that.
So, so
Yeah.
how did you get started in golf? I mean, I know golf is pretty prevalent in the military side of things, but was your dad into it? Your mom into it?
Yeah.
How did that get
My
started?
My dad grew up golfing, like he was a caddy when he was growing up. But when he would be deployed, like he was gone a lot, where there were some times where he'd be gone for like 9 months out of the year. So when he was home, he wanted to go golf, but he also wanted to hang out with his family. So we were kind of just forced into the game. And at the time, like I really didn't like golf. But now, like, I'm very grateful that he made us get into the
For
game.
sure.
Sure.
I was the same way. My grandparents or my grandpa played, and then my dad, and they basically got me into it. But I'm also, my great grandpa was in the Navy too, so that's what brought us. My family's originally from St. Louis, so I'm a St. Louis Cardinal fan technically, even though I don't think I've watched a game in like 5 years. Um, but that's how we came to La Jolla area. Was he got stationed in San Diego in the Navy, and that was in like probably the 50s, I would say, and we've been here ever since. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, the the thing I heard recently, my parents were actually just in Tokyo randomly, like a couple weeks ago. Um, but from their stories, isn't golf like a lot more of a like it's a basically a full day event? Like you stop at the halfway, like after 9, and you actually have like a full 3-course meal. Maybe they were going to like the fancy places, but is there any water to that story?
No, I think that's exactly how it goes. Like, we got to the course. No, we had to ride a boat to the golf course. And they had a shuttle like owned by the golf course that would come pick us up, take us. We would have breakfast, go play 9 holes, have this lunch ready for us, play the back 9, and then you do like kind of like a spa afterwards. But yeah, it's a whole full day event. You can't just like go out for a quick 9. It's an event for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. There's no like Saturday for the boys thing
Yeah.
Yeah.
out there. um, so I had a very similar experience. We played in Shenzhen in China. I think I was 20, so I'm still in college, and literally a monsoon like started the day before we were about to play. So we're like, we already paid for the whole package, and it was the same thing. You go out and play, you have food, and then they give you like a massage package afterwards. Um, and we weren't gonna do it because it was like torrential downpour. Like you could
Yeah.
see when we're in the hotel room, you could see the windows like shaking back and forth. It was sketchy. Like,
That's real sketchy.
but we went for it. Yeah, we went for it though, and we each had our own caddy, which was hilarious because they were in full like each of us probably have our own rain gear, but this was legitimate. Like there was no rain getting in any crevice. Like they were fully prepared. They had like shovels and tools, like ball retrievers,
Oh my God.
and they there was definitely a few times we'd hit. It was just my dad and I, and we'd hit like an errant shot in the woods or whatever, and they'd literally be gone. Like we'd be on the green and they'd still be searching for the
Oh.
ball, um, like full blown machete style, trying to cut down the trees to get our balls. I'm like, it's fine, but there's obviously a language barrier, right? So I can't just be like, it's fine. Um, it was definitely it
They
was
needed
definitely
to
an
find that
experience.
Titleist.
Yeah. They value those
Well,
golf balls.
at the time, yeah. Well, at the time, I'm in college, so golf balls are free, right?
There you
So I'm just like, it's okay, it's totally fine.
go.
The irony of it is like at the end of play, we had I think 3 caddies with us for the whole day, and I had a sleeve of balls with like our college logo on them. And as much as I do, like the Asian culture, they love branding in general. Um, so I gave each one of them like a Redlands Bulldog ball, and they were so ecstatic. So it's like, anyway, it was a cool experience
You
for
should have
sure. That was a
I
signed
long
need
it.
to
time
go
ago.
over there.
I don't think my signature was worth anything. I still don't think it's worth. That's one thing that I need to work on is getting my signature dialed in.
You're gonna be famous soon, so
My yeah, yeah.
gotta
Well,
do it.
maybe we'll wait for that day to come. Then I'll work on I'll work on my signature. Um, my full name is kind of tedious though. So my full name is Nicholas Todd Johnson. And if I was just to do Nicholas Johnson, like even now I just do like an N and a Johnson
Do you do a little
because that's
squiggly
like,
line?
Yeah.
yeah, I might have to hire a professional to figure out what looks the best.
I'm still trying to master
Um,
mine. Mine's so long, like it's so many loops. It just keeps going. I'm like, this is exhausting.
yeah, your Shelby, your last name is brutal.
It
I
It
is.
is a
still don't know
long
what to do
last
with it.
name.
It is very long.
I think I want to create like an on-screen persona and just call you Shelby,
Yeah.
and that would be like, that was one of the things the last episode. I was like, wow, that sounded so bad when I said Shelby B. Like, let's never say that
Not do
again,
that.
even though I just said it. Anyway, where's it from, Shelby? What's the origin?
German.
Your last name?
Yep.
German. Okay.
Yep.
So in theory, you could probably outdrink me.
Yeah, probably. I've mastered
Probably.
that.
That's not saying much.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not. So when you came to the United States, May, was it straight to Utah? Like, how do you make that transition from Tokyo to Utah? Seems a
Yeah.
little odd to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, everybody's always asks me that, like, how did you end up here? Um, I first moved to like Seattle area, and then kind of the border of California and Oregon for a few years, and then I moved to Portland, Oregon, and then ended up here in Utah just because, and we were just moving around because of my dad's job. Um, and yeah, this has been the longest place I've ever lived.
Nice. I love Salt Lake
Awesome.
City.
So
It's
yeah,
beautiful.
Salt Lake is amazing. I spend a lot of time there. I think I was telling Shelby this last week, but my
Yeah.
parents have a little condo there in Park City that we Airbnb like most of the year, which I have some stories from that because I manage the Airbnb, and you get some crazy requests.
Yes.
I
Most
bet.
people are pretty chill, but there's like that small percentage that don't understand it's like not a hotel,
Yeah.
that just, I've had people ask, the thing that comes up a lot is like, what's the best shuttle to take from the airport, or what's the best airline to take to Salt Lake City? I'm just like, I don't even know where you're coming from. I'm not your, like,
This isn't a concierge.
I'll help. Yeah, I'll help you, but I'm not your travel agent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, first of all, how would I know about shuttle? Like, I would just Google it
Yeah.
because like
Just
we
Google it like
have,
a normal person.
just throw it in the chat GPT. I'm sure it'll give you
Oh,
something.
geez.
Um, dude, it's fun though. Most of the people are actually pretty chill, and it's actually a really fun place. Um I need to go more during like non-winter months. I'm
You
always
do.
there during like New Year's is usually when I'm there. Um
I'm sure it's
which
like
this
super
last,
pretty in the summer too.
Yeah,
it
Park City is
is.
gorgeous
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Like, because,
Yeah, it's hot here and it
Well,
rains.
yeah. Well, it got tons of snow this year,
hmm
which I was very curious to see like how, and I think I remember like as soon as I left, it started heating up a little bit, and there was just like massive flood warnings, right?
Ooh.
In January, February. I'm like, yep, that was gonna happen. But I was curious how May, are the courses taking it okay, or are they still like, some of them are still dealing with it?
I, when was it? Like 2 days ago, I went to the golf course that had like a massive sinkhole. It was all over like social media for a while, but yeah, it's a ton of
Giant
water.
crater.
Yeah, it really is. But other than that, like it actually hasn't been that bad. Like things are more green. definitely compared to other years. But other than that, like, it's good.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, my parents were just out there too. They've been traveling a
I'm
lot.
jealous of your parents.
Well, they're getting to that age that it's like close to retirement. So I
Mhm.
think they're trying to get, and they had a bunch of trips planned during COVID, like we all did. So I think they're starting to like take advantage of it. Um, but yeah, my mom's definitely getting up there. It's kind of cute, but it's kind of sad. She can't hear anything now.
Oh,
So we were watching TV last night. We're watching what's it called? That Welcome to Wrexham. Have you guys watched that?
I
The
think I've
Ryan
seen that
Reynolds, like they bought a soccer.
No.
It's like Ted Lasso, but in real life.
in real life.
Yeah, it's literally they bought him and Rob McElhenney bought a like C League soccer team in Wales, and it's basically just documenting the whole thing. Anyway, not really important, but we had the volume on so we had the volume on so high. I was like trying to work, and I'm like, dude, I can't do this. I had to go in the other room. Anyway, let's let's get to maybe some shotgun questions.
Yeah,
Should we get the spinner out, Shelby?
I think we should.
Let's do it.
So for our listeners out there that maybe haven't seen an episode before or are not watching this video and just listening to it, basically we have a Wheel of Fortune type spinner with a bunch of different topics on it, and it'll just point us in the right direction, and we'll go from there. Definitely took a little bit of doing because I packed light for this trip, so I don't have the physical one. I know you guys are probably super bummed that
Super
I didn't
bummed.
bring the actual spinner.
So disappointed.
So disappointed, but with a little bit of movie magic, which will go right here, we'll
Nice.
show you the little spinner. All right, let's get to the first one here. So it went to first memory.
All right. Let's see. First memory. All right, mate. So your first memory playing golf, or what made you get started and continue playing?
Let's see. My first memory was I was taking like a junior clinic class thing, like when I was about 8 years old.
Yeah.
And I didn't have like a full set. My parents just got me at 1 5-iron, and I just swung that thing. um, and this is in Japan, and it was kind of like a top golf range.
Yeah.
It had like 3 levels. And I was just on the top level, and they
That's
would film
cool.
it, the swing, like the instructor, and they would play it on this huge TV. Yeah, that's my first memory.
That's super cool. It's set up so different over there, like compared to ours. Like their ranges are so much cooler. I just see
Yeah, the
pictures
golf
of it
ball
all
just
the time.
like comes up on its own.
Oh,
Um,
stop! That's so cool.
yeah, and I mean that was a long time ago, so
Yeah, you can only
I
imagine
don't
what
know
they have
what's.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
It just hits the ball for you.
Yeah, you
You
don't
just
even
sit
play
there and
golf
watch it
anymore.
go. Everyone has a VR headset on.
Yeah,
Shelby, do you want to answer this one? I don't think we did this one on
we
your
didn't.
episode.
Yeah, I'd love to answer this one. So, one of like my first memories playing golf, I was at a golf camp too, because like my dad needed something for me to do during the summer, so he'd just drop me off at the course, and he would say, "All right, I'll see you at 5 p.m. Here's $10 for lunch," um, which you could never do that now, never. But I remember doing this golf camp, and we were all putting on the like practice green, doing these drills that they set up, and the coach like looks over at me. He's like, "Hey, Shelby, you need to move. There's an alligator." I was like, "Okay, that's a funny joke." And I just continue putting. He's like, "No, for real, like turn around." And there's about an 8-foot alligator like walking up next to me so casually. I'm like, "Oh, okay, he was serious." I didn't know he was serious. So that's one of my like very first memories of golf.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so scary.
You guys are more adventurous than me. There's no water on my home course, so
No,
if there was an alligator, are there even alligators in California? I don't
I don't
know.
know. Good question.
We can Google it, but I'm pretty confident there aren't. Let's do one more. Let's see what we get. I'm definitely questioning why I purchased the physical one when I could have been doing
I
this
know.
the
I was
whole
about to say
time.
you could just added it on there.
Whatever.
It'll be okay.
It's such a funny like spinner because it slows down like right between a couple options.
Yeah.
So like I'm on edge trying to figure out what it's gonna be.
The suspense.
So came out with routine.
Routine.
Routine was the one.
Ooh, I like this one. So May, kind of give us a walkthrough of your pre-shot routine and like kind of what you do to start your round or something like that.
I wanted to like add on to this one too because I
Okay.
thought of it earlier. And maybe you two can have a backswing battle. But what is like walk us through your guys' different routine when you're setting up for an event because I'm sure it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Wait, which one do I answer first?
Whichever you want.
My pre-shot routine
either
or what
one.
I do before a golf, like when
Let's
I go golf.
let's go pre-shot routine, golfy, and then we'll go into backswing.
Yeah.
Okay. Super easy. I just get up and hit it. Actually, I've been doing that thing where I like look at that blade of grass, which is like a foot away from the ball, and that's how I've been aiming because that's been my biggest struggle recently. But on the tee box, you look at the hole first and stand behind it. I do 2 practice swings where it's like I have my feet together and I like step off. And that's about it. I don't know. It's pretty simple. I try to keep it simple.
Yeah,
right?
don't think about it too much.
So
yeah.
Try to keep it simple. I did notice that though you do that step move. I did that same thing when I was changing my swing in college. Are you just trying to transition properly?
Yeah, I slide a little bit, and that helps me get through the ball better and just my hips fully turn rather than slide.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then kind of my for backswing events, I just have everything in 2 bags. And I make sure everything's charged up and that's it. Or I actually leave it in my car.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Me too.
Yeah.
So I don't forget a single thing.
Yeah.
So what's the what do you guys have with you? You have a pop-up tent and like a table and then a speaker? Is that kind of it, or is there more? Or you have some promo stuff too, right?
Oh yeah.
No table for me, but what do I have? Just raffle tickets, like the big sign and the tablecloth and like a speaker.
Speaker is a necessity for sure. Yeah.
And I
gotta
bring
get the
like
crowd going.
Snacks is like my number one thing. I like
Yes.
pack a bunch of food for myself.
Me too.
I'm just snacking the whole time.
I know. Every time somebody rolls up.
You're not sharing your snacks out there?
I'm not a sharer, no.
Me neither.
So do you put on music, May, or are you putting on AM radio when you're setting up?
No, I turn on music. I turn on country. I think here in Utah, that's like the safest music, so I'm just listening to country.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm tired of music now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I used to do like demo days for Callaway and then events for Cobra. So I'm like a professional pop-up tent putter upper, or however you want to phrase it. And I would always bring music too. I mean, it's definitely a necessity, right? And I started going towards yacht rock. Do you guys know what yacht rock is?
No.
Probably not. This is dating myself a little bit. I was talking to Shelby about this too. She was sending me music that was like a throwback for me, but it's definitely only a back for her. I wouldn't call it a throwback.
Would be all the way a throw. Maybe a toss back.
Yeah. But yacht rock is like 80s soft rock. So like Summer Breeze, you know that song? Like Summer Breeze makes me feel fine, like that. that type of music, and then if there's like a saxophone in there, oh my god, immediately goes
Saxophone.
to yacht. It any sort of horn section, um, immediately goes to yacht rock. So I'll send you guys some. I have a playlist. I'll get you guys hooked up, and maybe we can get May off of AM radio.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
did we want to go off of? Actually, Shelby, you did this one already.
I did.
You did. I think you did routine, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, this is a fun one. So secret skills popped up. This is the first time we did this was on Shelby's episode.
Super fun. We learned a lot about this one from Nick with his secret skill of the harmonica playing.
I don't even think we can call that a secret skill yet. It's a secret. It's a secret. I don't know if it's a skill.
It's a secret for sure.
Yeah.
So, Bay, like, what are some secret skills that you have going
I don't know. I can ride the unicycle. I think
That's
that is
cool.
a fact. Yeah.
I like that.
Why haven't we seen that on your
on your social media?
It's just like a secret, something I have in my pocket. So maybe someday I'll
It's
just
her
like
party trick.
put it out there. Yeah. I mean, I can't be bringing a unicycle to all the parties,
Yeah.
but
absolutely you can. Why not?
Why not?
I will follow you around with the unicycle just so we can see it.
Show everyone. That's amazing.
I think that's about it. Other than that, I'm pretty average and basic.
I feel that. So I thought about mine because I told Nick I didn't have one, but then I did think about it, and I know how to like race cars, like, you know, oval track racing. So I've done that a few times, and it's super fun. I guess that's my secret skill.
That's pretty badass.
Okay.
Yeah,
you need to unpack that a little bit more.
Yeah.
You were way too casual about that. Yeah, please give us more detail.
Yeah, so basically I just get in the car and drive. But no, I'm just kidding. So like stock car racing, they have like street stocks and open wheel modifieds and like all these different car types. So we did like old Crown Vics. You strip them down and race them on the track. And it's so fun because you go so fast and it's just exhilarating. I love it. It's just something new to do.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How fast are you going? Is it on an actual track?
Yeah, it's a little less than a quarter mile track. I think it actually is a quarter mile. Yeah, it's a quarter mile track, and then it's just an oval. And I think the top speed we get is like 70 on the straightaways, something like that.
Cool. That's fun.
Yeah, it's a very short.
That's basically
that's a good party trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't bring the car everywhere though. You can bring a unicycle.
You can bring a unicycle, but you can't bring.
You're right.
We'll find a way for that unicycle to come out more often.
Yeah.
I feel like there's got to be like foldable ones now.
Oh yeah.
Where all you need is like a little electronic pump. You know.
We're gonna find this.
Yeah, I didn't put any thought into my secret skill after our episode. I did say harmonica, but
yeah, I feel like a harmonica is a secret skill for sure.
But I'm like, there's no proof behind it though. I'm not actually like, I just started like a couple months ago, so I'm still learning.
That's so random.
Like I'm okay.
Though.
That's what I told him.
It's like, what?
Is it random? You're like the third person to tell me it's random.
It's just a random instrument. There's so many instruments to learn, and you chose the harmonica.
Yes. So, there's a few reasons behind it, but I live in a pretty prevalent live music area in Austin, right? And I've always wanted to, like, two things on my to-do list are learn a musical instrument and learn another language. So that learn another language thing is not even on the docket right now. So I'm going to try to learn some sort of instrument. And I tried guitar when I was younger. I think I told you this story already, Shelby, but
Yeah.
basically the guy made me cry. I was like 8 years old. So
Oh.
so that wasn't gonna happen. And then I tried playing the drums. I always wanted to be a drummer because of that movie, that Tom Hanks movie, That Thing You Do. I don't know if you guys have seen it,
Yep.
but it's basically like the main person in that. It's kind of like a one hit wonder type of story. Um, and the main character is the drummer, and he's super cool, and like you want to be that guy. Like I'm still trying to be that guy. Um, but I wanted to do play the drums, and my parents got me a drum kit, but it was like one of those electric ones, which is definitely not the same. I can't blame them at all because it's
Yeah.
super loud, and but it just was never the same, and I didn't catch the bug like I thought I would. Which sounds a little bit spoiled or bougie, but if anyone that plays the drums is actually going to play the drums, they eventually get like the proper kit, right? You don't go to a live show and they're just playing an electric drum kit. So and then I tried playing piano. I might go back to piano because I can type really fast, so I think like
It
there should be
correlates
some
for sure.
carryover. You would think. Um, it probably won't, but either way, that might happen. But the main reason I went to harmonica, one, they're super affordable. They're like really cheap to get. Um, I think they're like $20 a piece. Um, they're very portable, so you can like I'll go on a walk around the lake in Austin, and I'll have my harmonica with me, and I'll just break it out randomly.
I can't imagine like walking by you around the lake and then you pull out a harmonica. You're just like
Yeah,
going.
I'm pretty impervious to any sort of shame at this point. So that's actually a funny story because I had something happen today, which I was like, yeah, I'm not phased by it at all anymore. Um, but yeah, I think harmonica is like always one of those things that you listen to any sort of bluesy song or country song, and it just hypes it up. Like it's always, I don't think it's great by itself. It can be, and there's a bunch of people on YouTube that are so amazing. Her name's escaping me, but there's a girl from Brazil, I think, that I can't stop watching her videos. She is absolutely insane. She
We'll have
she
to check
does
it out.
one where she's like beatboxing with it. I'm just like, how can you even?
How do you do that?
She, I don't know. I tried. I can't do it yet. But yeah, so I have some other secret skills, I'm sure. But I guess harmonica's going to be the one for now.
Yep.
Um,
I like it.
so going off topic a little bit. So I was at the beach today earlier, and I haven't seen the beach in San Diego or a beach in general in like 3 months. So I went and checked it out, and I'm on this like kick of doing 60 push-ups every morning, like as soon as I wake up.
Mhm.
But since I've been traveling, it's been harder for me to like, I'm not in my regular routine. And so I realized while I was on the beach that I hadn't done my push-ups today. So decided to just bust them out right on the beach, and had about, well, I had a mother and daughter walk up like awkwardly close to me. Like I could have probably reached out and grabbed their ankle, but I heard them going like, "Why is he doing push-ups?" I was like, I don't know. You should probably ask him. I don't
So
know.
funny.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. That's
You're
why
like,
I love push-up.
doing them.
That's why I love push-ups and harmonicas, because you could just break them out whenever. I could just start doing them right now if I wanted to.
Yeah, for sure.
Push-up contest
Anyway,
on the podcast.
Yeah.
push-up contest on the
I
podcast.
would be
Yeah.
dead last.
It took a little bit of time to get back to like I used to do them every single day.
Why are push-ups
And
so hard to
then
do? Like,
um,
I can do a pull-up
it's
just fine, but a push-up, you're
so
like,
I've
count
heard
me
the
out.
opposite though, that it's like you can do a bunch of push-ups but can't do a pull-up. I think
Oh,
you just get
weird.
used to it.
Maybe.
You just
Maybe I
your
just
muscles
feel
just get used to
awkward
it.
doing it.
Well, you are kind of just awkward in general, so I
Yeah,
guess
you're right. I forgot about
that's part.
that.
I did want to talk about the fact that you're not a skier or a snowboarder. Like, how do you live in Salt Lake City?
Yeah.
Like, are you just asleep from November to February, or what?
Yeah,
Like,
pretty
there's
much.
you, you don't have a lot of grace in my mind. There's skiing in Tokyo. Like, what's the deal? Are you afraid of it? Like, do we have to teach you?
I know. I think Utah, right? It's like the
Yes.
greatest snow on earth is their
Mhm.
motto. Um, I just hate the cold. I just hate the snow. I've
You're
gone
living in the
skiing.
wrong state.
Yeah, you're in a
Yeah,
rough state.
I know. But I've been skiing 3 times in my whole entire life, and I, pizzaed the whole way down the hill. And I was like, I never want to do this again. So yeah, in
So
the winter, I could probably travel a little bit more. Um, Hibernate, definitely.
Yep.
Usually, I just work out really in the winter
Nice.
because there's
okay,
nothing
so
else to do.
Yeah. I
are
go like
you are you
snowboarding and stuff. That's crazy to me.
You're in Florida.
And I'm from Florida.
so May, when you're working out, are you like going outside in the cold? Like, are you going that extreme and trying to get like your cold plunge in outside? 'Cause I've definitely done that.
Oh
I mean,
gosh.
I walk my dog, but I'm bundled up. Um, yeah. So no, I don't work out outside.
uh, well, we need to definitely figure out how to get you. Maybe we can pull you on a sled or something.
Yeah.
I feel like if I lived in a warm climate like Florida, then
Mhm.
I would enjoy it. But when
Yeah.
you're living in it and
Yeah, you
it's
see it
snow
every single
everywhere for
day.
months. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're driving through like super bad
it's
conditions. You just start
it's
not
it's
liking
too
it.
convenient, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too next door.
You next
It's
Ski
door.
resorts are
too
just 20 minutes away and it's just
yeah.
That's
annoying, you know?
crazy.
I know it's ski in, ski out, but man, I just can't get myself to do it. Um, I guess I understand it though, because it's like when I lived here, I was like, you could hear the beach from where I was living. Like I wasn't very far, but I just would never go. Maybe more during the summer, obviously, but so one thing I wanted to definitely bring up, it seems like May, you have a little bit of graphic design prowess in your background. Shelby and I both have like a competition that we want to do with graphic design. So maybe this is for a different episode, but I say that I'm like pretty solid at Canva. Shelby's trying to take the reins from me right now
Just a
in terms
little.
of like our posts. First off, what do you use for your socials right now for, different marketing packages and stuff like that?
I don't use Canva. I use like Adobe Illustrator.
Yep.
But like
Yeah.
your guys' social, it looks awesome. Like, yeah, I don't know who's doing it, but it's amazing. It's good. Good job.
Yeah, good
Graphic
job, Nick.
design approved.
It's all me. No, it's a little bit of trial and error for sure. Canva is freaking amazing. I
I love
actually
it.
learned originally on Adobe, so maybe that kind of helps me.
Maybe.
Um, but I think what I want to do at some point, and maybe you can bust it out on Adobe. So this came about because my mom's getting a little towards retiring, and she wants to do something passively when she retires, and she wants to like create T-shirts and sell them, and something super easy to do. So she wanted me to create a logo where it's like the three monkey thing, where it's like see no evil, hear no
Yeah.
evil,
Yes.
yes. So maybe we do an episode where it's like that we each try to create different logos and we like vote on it.
Ooh, I like that.
That might be fun, and maybe we time it or something. I already have an idea though, so but maybe you guys
Yeah,
will
you're
you'll
cheating. You
probably
got a
do a
heads
better
up
job.
on it.
She is my mom. You think she
Yeah.
was going to tell you first?
She does pick
Um,
favorites, so
yeah, she does pick favorites. Hopefully, my sister's not listening to this. Um, No, I thought it would be a fun idea. We could have a graphic design off.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself a graphic designer. I'm just a I just get lucky from time to time. But it's fun. I mean, like I said, Canva is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I tried their new AI. Have you guys
Yes,
seen that yet?
I did.
I've seen it, I
Magic
haven't done it though.
eraser.
I tried to add a sunset to some picture. I don't even know what it was. And it added it so perfectly. The thing might as well take my job. So can't wait.
Yeah, it's getting
Wow.
scary good. Like I tried to make it fumble up a little bit, and it did a few times, but I think the better you kind of explain what you want, the better it works.
Yeah.
Like the one that really worked, that was scary good. I like in our promos, it's like a white brick wall.
hmm
I was like, what if I put a window there and you can see like a golf course out of it? So I asked it to do that, and it gave me like 4 renditions that were
That's
oddly awesome.
crazy.
And I was like, the only problem though is you can't scale it. Like it just kind of puts it in
Yeah.
there. So they need to figure that out. But I was like, how the heck?
That is crazy
What?
how good they are at that.
That is cool.
I want to know what golf course they're pulling from.
Yeah,
Like where
for real.
that's it. I thought that would mess it up, but it actually was one of the better things that it could do. So yeah, it's definitely a fun little tool. I think, Shelby, let's get into your segment. Is
Yeah.
it time?
I think it's time.
Is it time? Okay.
For Shelby
So
Shirt.
this part of the show is a little bit new. This is what we're going to brand it as Shelby's Search.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to hit socials hard with this one. I don't know if I want that. Why do I keep wanting
Yeah,
this?
you keep like prioritizing this, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, famous last words. But basically, this started with Shelby's episode. There is a dance video that I made when I was, I think, like 12 or 13, sometime in middle school.
Yep.
That is on YouTube somewhere, and Shelby is trying very hard to find it. And basically, I'm just gonna give like a one word hint and see if you guys can, if it helps you at all.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't.
I hope it does.
So I thought about this already.
Yeah.
My hint of the week is Adidas.
Adidas. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so last week was 16 years ago. So now we have Adidas. Interesting. Is that what you were wearing?
I don't know. Is that what you guys think it would be? What do you think Adidas would be?
Or he was dancing for like an Adidas commercial? I don't know.
So I was wearing an Adidas tracksuit, so you're on the right
tracksuit.
That's throwing it way back.
That's throwing it
was
way,
it the white
way
stripes
back.
on the sleeves?
Black and
Yep, black with the white stripes.
Black with the white stripes. Yes. Like Jason Sudeikis style, like on SNL.
Yep.
Yep, I thought it was super cool.
Everybody had a tracksuit at one point in their life.
Yeah.
Ours was Juicy Couture, the velvety.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think they made those for men, or if they did, I definitely did not get.
You were definitely missing out.
I'm a Viore guy now, so I've upgraded.
Fancy.
Like, my sister was making fun of me when she was seeing me unpack my suitcase. Half of it was joggers from Viore. So,
what's better, Viore or Lululemon?
Ooh.
That's a tough one. I don't have any Lulu stuff.
What?
Yeah.
That's my entire closet. I only wear workout clothes, and it's 99% Lulu.
Yeah. I mean, I am wearing a Lulu sports bra right now that you can't see, but that's more for just like comfort and speed.
Speed.
So
very versatile.
Speed for sure. Dude, I pick up so much club head speed when I have this thing on. I would say that Lulu is getting overcast by Viore a little bit. Viore
Interesting.
had a super big like evaluation recently. From a guy's perspective, I don't know what the difference is. It's like the same idea,
Same
kind of.
concept.
Isn't Lulu a little bit pricier? I don't
I
know.
think they're pretty close.
I don't know.
They're pretty close. But yeah, I don't know. Did that help you at all, Shelby, with your search? Is that
No.
gonna
Not even a little
no?
bit.
Okay.
I have two
Well,
hints and I'm still way behind.
way behind. Okay. Well, we're gonna put it on our followers. Hopefully you guys can help Shelby along the way.
Yes, please.
The first two 16 years ago and
Adidas tracksuit.
Adidas. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna give any more than that. You're gonna have to figure it out. Now May's gonna be reaching out to me like,
She's gonna
I
be
think
like,
I
"Hey,
found it.
Quickly.
I
No.
really don't want anyone to find it.
Oh, we're finding it. It's happening.
It's happening?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we've reached the allotment of our time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode, May. Thank you so much for joining us this week. We will definitely have to do some sort of graphic design contest in the future. We'll figure that out. I will be in your area later this year for sure. So maybe you can give me a few golf pointers and I can teach you how to ski.
Nice.
But for our listeners out there, check us out on YouTube. We're also on Spotify and Apple Music. And we will see you guys on the next episode.
This has been Off the Collar, powered by Backswing Golf Events.